The 10 Practices of the Bodhisattva. Describing the way of life of a Bodhisattva from the Avatamsaka Sutra. Welcome to our channel. In the vast assembly where the Bodhisattvas dwell, the light of all Buddhas shines without obstruction. Brighter than 1,000 suns, yet gentle as moonlight upon water. We have travelled together through the introductory vision of the Bodhisattva's way. The contemplations that expand the limits of perception. Through pure conduct, the storehouse of good karma. Now we arrive at the 10 practices, the living expression of enlightenment in the world. They are the 10 ways in which the Bodhisattva breathes, moves, and serves. 10 rivers that flow from the ocean of realization back into the world of beings. To study them is to see how awakening walks among us. To practice them is to awaken while walking, and to gather the flowers of good qualities. 1. The practice of joy. The Bodhisattva begins with joy, a joy that is not dependent on circumstance, but arises naturally from compassion that has found its freedom. In giving, the Bodhisattva rejoices. In teaching, they rejoice. Even when others harm them, they rejoice, because suffering itself becomes the field in which wisdom grows. Their heart is vast, like the sky. They feel sorrow, yet it does not bind them. They feel bliss, yet it does not intoxicate them. Where ordinary beings seek reward or recognition, the Bodhisattva delights simply in the act of benefit. When they see others prosper, their joy expands as if the whole world were their own body. To practice joy is to make the mind unassailable, to meet every being, every moment, every challenge as an opportunity to give light. 2. The practice of beneficial conduct. Joy ripens into conduct. The Bodhisattva's actions become harmonious with all beings. They walk gently upon the earth. Speak words that calm rather than inflame, and uphold virtue not through restraint alone, but through understanding. This practice is like a breeze over still water. It disturbs nothing, yet refreshes all. They guard the precepts as one guards a lamp in the wind, not from fear of losing it, but from love of its light. Whether in city or forest, teaching or silence, they move in rhythm with the Dharma, never forcing, never resisting. In them, morality becomes grace. Even the Devas bow before such natural discipline. 3. The practice of non-conflict. Having purified conduct, the Bodhisattva enters the practice of peace. Here, anger cannot take root, and opposition loses its meaning. The Bodhisattva sees that conflict arises from duality, from the illusion of I and other. Knowing this, they remain serene amid turmoil. When reviled, they answer with patience. when opposed with understanding, when struck with compassion. They do not cling to opinions, for the Dharma they follow has no sides. They are like the earth itself, bearing equally the fragrant and the foul. To master non-conflict is to become a refuge. Where others see enemies, the Bodhisattva sees only suffering seeking to be understood. 4. The practice of inexhaustible effort. The fourth practice is tireless perseverance, the energy that never wanes because it is sustained by vow, not ego. Even across eons, through countless lives, the Bodhisattva continues to work for beings. They labor not for fame or heaven, but because compassion itself has become their nature. They enter hells to free the tormented. They walk in desolate realms to offer hope. They endure hardship without complaint, for they see every difficulty as training in boundless patience. Their joy is in the very act of continuing. They rest not in idleness, but in the stillness of intention. Inexhaustible effort means no moment wasted, no being forgotten, no vow abandoned. 5. The practice of mindfulness and clarity. Here, the Bodhisattva's mindfulness is vast like the ocean and clear like the sky. They perceive all worlds, all states of mind, seeing forms, yet knowing they are empty, hearing sounds, yet hearing only the music of interdependence. Their mind neither clings nor rejects. They know joy and sorrow as passing reflections. In this practice, every perception becomes a teaching. A leaf falling, a cry in the street, a sudden silence, all reveal the same truth of transience and unity. To maintain such awareness is to live in samadhi while walking among crowds, to carry stillness into movement, to awaken again with every breath. 6. The practice of true view. The sixth practice is perfect seeing, the wisdom that perceives emptiness without falling into nihilism, and compassion without attachment. The Bodhisattva's vision pierces the veils of multiplicity. Mountains, rivers, thoughts, and stars are all one taste in the Dharma realm. Yet they do not withdraw from form. They bow to the relative while abiding in the absolute. They see that the world is neither illusion nor reality, but a shimmering reflection of mind, neither grasped nor denied, only understood. Thus, their seeing is healing. They behold all beings as Buddhas not yet awakened to themselves. 7. The practice of non-abiding. The seventh practice is freedom in all worlds. The Bodhisattva does not dwell in nirvana nor in samsara. They do not cling to doctrine, meditation, or realization. Having crossed the river, they do not remain on either shore. They appear in every realm, among gods, humans, spirits, and demons, yet are bound to none. They walk like a reflection in a mirror, appearing wherever needed, vanishing the moment the work is done. To abide nowhere is to be everywhere for the sake of beings. It is the freedom of the awakened mind, the wind that moves without trace. 8. The practice of the unsubduable. 8th is the courage that cannot be shaken. The Bodhisattva stands firm when others yield, gentle when others rage, clear when others are lost. They are unmoved by praise or blame, gain or loss, life or death. They have no self to defend and therefore cannot be conquered. Even the hosts of Mara bow before them, for their strength is not defiance, but fearlessness born of emptiness. They uphold the Dharma in degenerate times, and when the light seems gone, they become its torch. This is the diamond heart, utterly soft in compassion, utterly indestructible in truth. 9. The practice of excellent speech, the good Dharma. The 9th practice is mastery of the Dharma through speech. Here, the Bodhisattva's words become gateways to liberation. Their voice carries 10,000 tones. Each being hears exactly what they need. For gods, a celestial hymn; for animals, a song of safety; for humans, the language of reason and care. Their teachings fall like rain upon every field, refreshing, cleansing, awakening. Sometimes they speak with thunder, sometimes with silence. For silence too is a teaching when born of understanding. Their eloquence comes not from intellect, but from realization. Speech flowing directly from the heart of wisdom, each syllable shining like a jewel of compassion. 10. The practice of truth. Finally, the 10th practice, truth itself, the great seal upon all the others. Here, the Bodhisattva's being and the Dharma are one. There is no gap between word and deed, between vision and action. When they speak, the earth trembles. When they breathe, lotus flowers rain from space. Their truth is not concept, but presence. Reality itself revealing its face through them. All Buddhas rejoice, saying, "This is our own speech." Timeless Dharma echoed again in the heart of another. Truth is the end of effort and the beginning of eternity. It is the shining mirror in which all illusions dissolve. These 10 practices form the living path of awakening. Each arises from the one before, and together they form a circle beginning with joy and ending in truth. Through them, the Bodhisattva's vow becomes real: to turn suffering into compassion, ignorance into wisdom, and every breath into an offering. Joy, conduct, peace, perseverance, clarity, vision, freedom, courage, eloquence, and truth. 10 petals of a single lotus blooming in the heart. When these practices mature, the world itself is seen as pure, not through escape, but through understanding. All places become temples, all beings teachers, all sounds mantras. And so the Bodhisattva walks, serene and tireless, spreading invisible light through the 10 directions until the very end of delusion, which is no end at all.